What if I told you that your energy isn't something you wait for, it's something you create, that the difference between dragging through your day and powering through it lies in 5 small habits, habits that anyone, including you, can start today. There's a moment in life when you realize that no one is coming to hand you more energy, more strength, or more motivation. You have to build it, brick by brick, choice by choice, and the good news, you don't need a miracle. You need consistency, you need heart, you need these 5 habits. Let's dive in. When you open your eyes each morning, there is a moment, sometimes only a second long, where the world hasn't touched you yet. No messages, no news, no responsibilities climbing onto your shoulders. It's just you, your breath, your heartbeat, your existence, and in that moment, you have a choice far more powerful than you realize. You can let the world rush into you, or you can center yourself first. That's why the very first breath of your day matters, not the unconscious ones you take while you're half asleep, but the one deep, deliberate, grounding breath that you choose. A breath that tells your body, I'm in control, I'm awake with purpose. Today begins on my terms. This breath isn't magical, it isn't complicated. It doesn't need a guide, a technique, or a timer. What makes it powerful is intention. When you inhale deeply, when you let your lungs expand fully, when you fill yourself with air you didn't rush into, you are giving your body a message that is ancient and primal. You are safe, you are capable. You are alive. Most people don't realize this, but your first breath sets the tone for everything that follows. Without thinking about it, many of us wake up and immediately reach for the phone. And in that split second, before your mind is even fully awake, you're already flooding yourself with comparison, noise, demands, and the weight of what everyone else wants from you. It's no wonder so many people feel drained before they've even gotten out of bed. But imagine something different. Imagine waking up and gifting yourself the space of one single breath, a breath that belongs entirely to you. Imagine starting your day not with noise but with clarity. Imagine choosing presence before pressure, because this breath isn't just about oxygen, it's about ownership. It tells your mind, I choose how my day begins. It tells your nerves, we are not rushing today. It tells your heart, I'm here, I'm steady, and I'm ready. And there's something beautiful that happens when you start your day with that level of intention. You stop moving through your morning on autopilot. You stop letting stress write the first chapter of your day. You begin to step into your life with a calm strength that carries you forward. That breath is a reminder that you are not powerless. You are not stuck in yesterday. You are not defined by what drained you before. Every morning is a reset. Every morning is a chance to begin again, and that first breath becomes the bridge between who you were yesterday and who you choose to be today. People often underestimate small habits because they're not dramatic. They don't make noise, they don't look impressive, but sometimes the quietest choices create the loudest shifts. One breath may sound insignificant, but that one breath can anchor you. It can ground you before life tries to pull you in every direction. It can bring you back into your body, back into your strength, back into that deep inner knowing that you are more powerful than whatever tries to break your focus. And here's the thing, when you start your day feeling centered, you respond differently, you think clearer, you move with intention instead of reaction, you carry yourself with a calm energy that people feel. You walk into the day instead of letting the day crash into you. That breath is a reminder, you are alive, you are capable, you are here with purpose. And when you begin your day from that place, everything else unfolds differently. Movement is one of the most underestimated sources of energy we have. People often assume they need an hour at the gym or a perfectly structured workout routine to feel alive again, but the truth is far simpler. Your body is designed to move, it craves movement, it wakes up through movement, and sometimes even one single minute is enough to flip the switch from tired to energized. Think about it, when you sit still for too long, whether it's at a desk on your phone or lying in bed, your energy drops. Your body begins to feel heavy, your thoughts slow down, and your motivation starts slipping through your fingers. But the moment you stand up, stretch your arms, roll your shoulders, or simply take a few steps, something shifts. Your blood starts flowing, your muscles wake up, your mind becomes sharper, and that shift doesn't happen by accident. It happens because movement is the language of your body. You don't need perfection. You don't need discipline carved from steel. What you need is a willingness to interrupt your stillness, a willingness to choose even the smallest action, because energy isn't something you sit around waiting for, it's something you generate. And maybe you're someone who feels exhausted before the day even starts. Maybe you wake up feeling like you're carrying a weight you can't explain. Maybe life has stretched you thin, and even the idea of exercising feels overwhelming. That's exactly why this habit matters, because it's not about lifting heavy weights or running miles. It's about reclaiming momentum, gently, slowly, but intentionally. 1 minute, that's all you need to start. 1 minute of stretching your arms to the sky, 1 minute of shaking off the stiffness in your muscles, 1 minute of walking around your room, letting your body remember what movement feels like, 1 minute of dancing, even if you're tired, even if you're not in the mood, even if it feels silly. This isn't about looking good. It's not about fitness goals or physical transformation. It's about awakening something inside you. It's about reminding yourself that your body isn't just a vessel you drag through the day. It's your source of energy, power, and resilience. When you move, even briefly, you're sending a message to your entire system. Wake up. We're stepping into today with strength. Your heart pumps a little faster. Your lungs pull in deeper breaths. Your mind becomes clearer. Your mood lifts even if only slightly, and here's the beautiful part. 1 minute often turns into more, not because you force yourself, but because your body naturally follows the rhythm you've started. 1 minute becomes two, two become three. Before you know it, you're no longer moving because you have to. You're moving because it feels good, because it feels freeing, because it feels like momentum. Some days, that minute will be easy. Other days, it will feel like the hardest thing in the world. But those are the moments that matter the most, because showing up on the days when your energy is low is an act of self-respect. It's you saying, I may be tired, but I'm not powerless. Movement is a reminder that you can shift your state at any moment. You can interrupt negativity. You can break out of stagnation. You can create energy where there was none. And the more you choose that small, simple act each day, the more your body begins to trust you, the more your mind begins to believe in you, the more your energy rises, not in big explosive waves, but in steady, consistent, reliable currents. You don't need a perfect morning routine. You don't need to be athletic. You don't need to impress anyone. You just need to move, just enough to tell your body, I'm here, I'm trying, and I'm ready for today. Because every big transformation starts with one small motion. And today, that motion is yours. There's a quiet truth about energy that many people ignore. Your body reflects what you give it, not just the big meals, not just the diets or the snacks, but the small, everyday choices that seem almost invisible. Those choices shape the strength you feel, the clarity you carry, and the way you move through your day. And the simplest one, the one that sets the foundation, is how you choose to fuel yourself. Your body isn't just a machine you use, it is your home. It carries you through every challenge, every victory, every step forward. Yet sometimes we treat it like an afterthought, feeding it whatever is closest, quickest, or easiest, especially when life feels overwhelming. It's in those moments, the rushed mornings, the stressful afternoons, the exhausted evenings, that energy slips away without us noticing. But here's the beautiful part, you can reclaim it with one intentional choice. Start small, start gentle, start with something real, 1 glass of water. It sounds too simple to matter, yet water is the spark that wakes up your cells, hydrates your brain, and clears the fog that weighs down your thoughts. That first sip isn't just hydration, it's a signal to your body that you care, that you're paying attention, that you're choosing nourishment over neglect. Maybe it's one piece of fruit, maybe it's something fresh, something with color, something that comes from the earth rather than a wrapper. You don't have to overhaul your entire eating habits, and you don't need a perfect diet. All you need is one upgrade, one better choice, one moment of intention that says, I deserve to feel good today. Because energy isn't simply lost. It's drowned under layers of sugar crashes, skipped meals, dehydration, and foods that fill the stomach but drain the mind. Your body is constantly speaking to you, constantly asking for little things, a sip of water, a bite of nourishment, a moment of care. When you give it what it needs, even in small amounts, it responds. It thanks you with clarity, with strength, with steadiness, and this isn't about restriction. It's not about rules or punishments. It's about kindness. It's about remembering that your energy is built from what you feed yourself physically, mentally, emotionally. When you choose something real, you choose yourself. Sometimes we look at people who seem naturally energetic and assume they're simply born that way. But often they're not. They're people who make small commitments to themselves, tiny ones that add up over time, a little water, a nutritious bite, a mindful pause before choosing what to eat. These are the habits that strengthen your energy from the inside out. And here's the truth most people forget. Food is not just fuel, it's communication. What you put into your body becomes part of you. Your blood, your brain, your mood, your energy levels. So when you choose something real, something nourishing, you're not just feeding your body. You're feeding your future moments, your future decisions, your future strength. Even if life feels chaotic, even if your routine is unpredictable, even if you feel like everything is happening all at once, you can make one nourishing choice. One simple upgrade that doesn't require discipline, only intention, one better bite, one healthier drink, one moment where you pause and ask yourself, what would help me feel alive right now? That question alone can shift everything. Your body doesn't need perfection. It needs attention. It needs small, loving choices that remind it you're on its side. And when you start listening, your energy rises. Not dramatically, not explosively, but steadily, consistently, reliably. Fuel yourself with something real, and your body will respond with real energy. Not the kind that fades after an hour, but the kind that carries you through your day with strength, focus, and a quiet confidence that says, I'm taking care of myself. And that, more than anything, is how you begin to rise. There is a quiet power in the words you speak to yourself each morning. Most people don't realize this, but before anyone else talks to you, before the world makes its demands, before responsibilities begin pressing on your shoulders, you have already had a conversation with yourself. And that conversation, whether intentional or not, shapes everything. It shapes your confidence, your focus, your energy, and the way you meet your day. You may not hear it clearly, but your mind listens. Every thought, every whisper, every belief you repeat, it sinks in, it builds you, or it breaks you, and that is why choosing one powerful sentence each morning is far more than a motivational trick. It's a declaration, a grounding, a decision about who you're going to be today, no matter what life throws your way. The moment you wake up, your mind is open, soft, impressionable. It hasn't yet gathered the noise, the stress, the doubts. It is listening, it is shaping meaning, and that is the perfect moment to plant a seed, a sentence that sets the tone of your entire day. It doesn't have to be poetic or grand. It doesn't have to sound impressive. It just needs to be true to what you want, something simple enough that you can remember it, strong enough that you can believe in it, and meaningful enough that it pulls you forward when you feel yourself slipping. Maybe it's today I choose energy, or today I show up strong, or I deserve the good that comes my way, or even I am enough exactly as I am. That one sentence becomes like a compass. It doesn't remove the obstacles from your path, but it reminds you of your direction. It reminds you of your strength. It brings you back to yourself when the world tries to scatter your focus. And here's the beautiful part. You're not pretending. You're not lying to yourself. You're not forcing positivity. You're simply speaking to the part of you that already knows you're capable. You're speaking to your future energy. You're choosing the kind of thoughts that build you instead of drain you. Imagine starting your day with words that support you instead of words that tear you down. Imagine choosing a thought that lifts you instead of letting your mind default to fear, comparison, or self-doubt. You become your own source of momentum. You become the force that pushes you gently but firmly into the day. And you may not feel different instantly. Sometimes the sentence feels small. Sometimes it feels distant. Sometimes you speak it on a morning when you feel tired, overwhelmed, or discouraged. But that's when it matters most. Because on the days when your energy is low, a single sentence can be like a hand reaching out to pull you up. It gives you direction when you feel lost. It gives you grounding when everything feels unstable. It gives you a reminder that even when life is heavy, you still have control over the thoughts you choose. Your mind is powerful, unbelievably powerful. It believes what you tell it, especially when you repeat it consistently. And one sentence spoken daily becomes more than words. It becomes identity. It becomes truth. It becomes something you start to embody without even realizing it. The world will always try to influence your thoughts. It will always try to shape your beliefs, but the first voice your mind hears each morning should be yours. A voice that is steady, a voice that is kind, a voice that is intentional, because when you claim your mindset, you claim your energy. And when you claim your energy, you show up stronger, clearer, and more alive in every moment that follows. Speak one powerful sentence every morning, not to change who you are, but to remind yourself of who you've always been. There is a kind of tiredness that sleep cannot fix. A heaviness that lingers even after 8 full hours, a weight that clings to you, not because your body is exhausted, but because your energy is being quietly drained by things you don't even notice. The truth is, we often think fatigue comes from doing too much, when in reality, it often comes from holding on to too much, too many expectations, too many pressures, too many voices that don't belong to us. Protecting your energy isn't about avoiding life. It's not about shutting people out or living in isolation. It's about choosing what has the right to enter your space. It's about drawing invisible lines that tell the world, this is my limit. This is where I stop absorbing what harms me. Your energy is precious. It fuels your thoughts, your actions, your resilience. But when you let everything and everyone drain it, you begin to shrink inside your own life. The thing about energy is that it doesn't just disappear, it leaks, slowly, quietly, through small, everyday things, through conversations that leave you feeling empty, through obligations you say yes to even when every part of you is begging for no. Through people who take more than they give, through situations you've outgrown but still cling to out of habit or guilt, and over time, these silent drains become louder than your own inner voice. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do for yourself is protect your energy. Not with aggression, not with walls, but with clarity, with intention, with an understanding that your well-being matters just as much as your responsibilities, your relationships, and your ambitions. This might mean distancing yourself from people who thrive on negativity. It might mean stepping back from conversations that spiral into drama. It might mean letting go of someone else's expectations that you've been carrying as if they were your own. And it might mean choosing peace over proving yourself, choosing rest over people, pleasing, choosing silence over unnecessary conflict. Protecting your energy is a form of self-respect. It's you saying to yourself, I matter too. And it doesn't always feel comfortable. Sometimes it feels like you're disappointing others. Sometimes it feels like you're breaking patterns you've followed for years. Sometimes it feels like you're stepping into unfamiliar territory, choosing boundaries where there once were none. But comfort isn't the goal, freedom is, strength is, alignment is, and here's the truth, not everyone will understand your boundaries, not everyone will support your need to step back, but the people who truly care about your well-being will. And more importantly, you will understand, you'll feel it in your body, the calm that returns when you stop forcing yourself into spaces that drain you. You'll feel it in your mind, the clarity that comes when you no longer carry stress that doesn't belong to you. You'll feel it in your energy, the way it rises slowly, steadily when you stop giving it away so carelessly. Your energy is not infinite, it's a currency. Every thought, every action, every encounter costs something. And the biggest mistake people make is spending that currency on things that pull them down instead of lifting them up. You don't owe your energy to everyone. You don't owe access to your peace, your time, or your strength to anyone who hasn't earned it. You are allowed to choose where your energy goes. You are allowed to conserve it. You are allowed to walk away from what drains you. Walking away doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're aware, aware of what lifts you and what breaks you. Aware of what you can handle and what you shouldn't tolerate, aware of the difference between helping someone and sacrificing yourself. At the end of the day, your energy is not something you find by accident. It's something you build, protect, and choose. These small habits may look simple, but they carry the power to reshape your entire life from the inside out, and the moment you decide that you deserve to feel alive, strong, and fully present, everything begins to shift. So take a breath that grounds you, move your body even for a moment, fuel yourself with intention, speak words that lift you, protect the energy that keeps you going, because you are not here to survive the day, you are here to rise through it. And every single day, in every small choice you make, you have the chance to create the strength, the clarity, and the energy you've been searching for. Your life is waiting for you to step into it with purpose. And today, you just did.